Hello, Taurus. Marianne from Revealing Light Tarot. I wanted to do your stars for the month of November. When I opened up to this reading, I got a couple of images clairvoyantly, which may be helpful for you as we move into November. The first was of someone cutting something off. Well, I'm not saying cutting the hands off, or cutting an arm off, or cutting a leg off. No, cutting certain things out of their life that are no longer in their best interest. The second image that I got was of the Ace of Swords in the tarot, which is letting me know that there is some truth that you're currently undergoing that will come forward more strongly in November, which will allow you to really part the curtains and have some kind of revelation come forward. So you could be sharing something in the month of November, which will allow you to actually move forward. And I do feel this is around your work. This revelation, this cutting of things that are no longer serving you, will actually free up the space for you to devote to what you're good at, to the gifts that you've brought into this life. So in other words, you're getting rid of the extraneous, and that is freeing up space so that you can move more confidently in the future. I do feel that this is around really stepping into the talents and the gifts that you have been given in this lifetime, chopping wood. Again, this is foundational work, and so much of the foundational work that is occurring on ourselves in November has to do with the collective, has to do with our networks and our links with each other, has to do with our closest relationships and friendships, that it is in those relationships and friendships that we actually learn most about ourselves. So there is work to be done on ourselves, but it's work that is foundational, that will clear the way for us to really step into our gifts and our talents, the things that we were meant, our purpose in life, the things we were meant to bring forward, really cutting away the extraneous, what we no longer need. So let's pull some cards for Taurus. What's happening in the month of November for Taurus? What's happening for Taurus in the month of November? What's happening for Taurus in the month of November? Okay, the Fates. This has also come forward for, who did it come forward for? Capricorn as well. And funnily enough, Capricorn's to do with, their reading was largely to do with work. And the Fates, I do feel that these moves that you're currently making, this cutting away of the old, are almost like appendages you no longer need that would maybe weighing you down. This truth that's coming forward is very much karmically designed so that you can actually step into the purpose, your gifts, your talents, the things that you brought forward into this life that you should be expressing and sharing with others. It is a co-creation here, and I'm always drawn to the egg at the beginning of a cycle, a rebirth, co-creating. This is, as I said, is foundational work, but it is co-creating with others, and there is a getting of wisdom here, and subconsciously knowing what you should do and how to do it in order for you to move forward and imagine a future. But again, this is a number 20, a number 2, imagining what life could be like when you have those really solid creational, life-affirming relationships with those around you. So cutting away could be you'll let go of friendships that are no longer serving you, cutting away to make room for the new Taurus. Okay, the new Taurus. Let's see what our tarot have got to say. What's happening for the month of November for Taurians? What's happening for the month of November for our Taurians? What's happening in November for Taurus? What's happening in November for Taurus? November, Taurus. What's happening in November for Taurus? Okay, here's our intuition, using our intuition. And really it could be, you know, letting go, cutting away the baggage that you've been carrying as well. This is key. This is secrets. This is subconscious territory. It could be pay attention to your dreams as well. They're going to be quite revealing. So this is about the hidden emerging, and then recognition of that, and then cutting that away, which no longer serves you. The challenge is getting started. As I said, this will allow you space to move forward with what you're supposed to be moving forward with, your talents, your skills. The Knight of Wands are poised for action. For some Taurians, this energy can be, you know, you actually need to get started. Using your intuition to move forward, but the challenge is actually getting started. So cutting away the appendages which no longer serve you will actually allow you, give you more space, lighten your load, so you can actually start to move forward. I do feel that some have been juggling with this Two of Pentacles. This can be juggling finances, but in this case, I think it's also been juggling relationships with others, which may not have always been easy. You've been making decisions while you've been juggling, and this seems to be a theme coming up for November for all signs, an ending and a beginning with this World card. You've already made these decisions. I feel you actually now just have to take action on them. As I said, I've got the High Priestess and I've got the Moon here. So this is about things needing to come to the surface. This has been a cycle of growth and a cycle of change for Taurians. But it's also been a recognition again of cutting away the extraneous, lightening the load, so you can actually move forward in the direction that you're meant to be going. And we've got the Page of Pentacles. Some kind of news could be coming forward in relation to money. This could be it could be a win of some description. When I say a win, I'm not talking about a lottery win. Although, you know, that could be on the cards for all signs, any of us. Wouldn't that be wonderful? No, this is more news around. Could even be that you're going to be getting a little bit of a pat on the back in some way, reward for effort with this card, and it could be the effort that you're putting in is around getting rid of the extraneous, getting rid of what no longer serves you. I do believe there is an inspiration at the heart of this reading, Taurians, around really starting again and going forward with inspiration, passion. You are starting to manifest. You are operating from that space between what no longer serves you and the kind of future you want to create. You are closing down, but as for all signs, closing down one cycle, starting another, consolidating, taking the lessons, moving forward. Most of the signs are getting this general energy because we're coming to the close of the year. We're coming to a time when we've got to think about what we're going to be, where we're going to be in 2020. This is in the hopes and fears position. So sometimes this can be when we're letting go of the old patterns feel very familiar to us, and when we let go of them, it's almost like taking a leap of faith across the abyss. It can be quite anxiety provoking, but this fear will only restrict you, and this is a mental restriction as well with this Eight of Swords. Because don't be afraid of understanding that this moving forward is moving forward into a more of a winning cycle. Why is it a winning cycle? Because you're actually going to be truer. You're going to be in some way stepping into your truth. And it could be that you'll also be working with others. This Three of Pentacles. Again, stepping into this, sharing this talent is what I saw when I opened up to this reading, some kind of gift or talent, something that you're good at, then there's a sharing energy coming forward, a working with others. So don't let this restriction or this fear stop you. You can step outside of that Eight of Swords at any time. Let's have a look at what's happening at the base of the pack. You are reviewing with this Seven of Pentacles. You're reviewing, you're investigating, you're understanding that this old way didn't yield what it was supposed to yield, and that there is a need for a different course. You are going to be stepping forward with this King of Wands energy. This is fire energy. This is boldness. This is really, I guess, leadership that brings other people along. In some way, Taurus, you're going to be taking charge. You're going back to the past. You're cutting away what no longer serves you. And here is our Ace of Swords that I saw when I first opened up for this reading. Something new is coming for you. The Ace of Swords, you're bringing forward a major truth. And that truth is going to empower you, Taurians, to move forward. And in some way, stepping into your power will allow you to co-create with others. It will strengthen those networks, strengthen the energy between you and others. Cutting away that old is going to leave space to co-create with others and really bring forward something of value into the future. So, Taurians, don't be anxious about this. This is boldness. This is creativeness. This is absolutely something new coming forward to you in November. But first, you've got to finish cutting away the old and step into your power to use what you always meant to use those gifts, to use those talents. This is a new cycle coming up for you that feeds in a very timely way to the new year that we'll be having in 2021. Not an easy year in 2020 for some Taurians. Moving into a new year, it's going to be an entirely different ball game in 2020. So not at all like 2019. 2020 is you stepping into your God-given gifts, Taurus. So well done and best wishes for the future, Taurus.